Welcome back, you gorgeous weirdos. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm so glad you're here. So you guys have probably already seen my natural nails 100 million times. This is what they're looking like. I'm going to throw on a coat. What? We're off to a start. A coat of peel off base coat. I let that dry for about 10 minutes or so. It'll dry quicker if you go over your nails with some rubbing alcohol and let that evaporate before you put on the peel base. It will dry quicker. I did not though, so it took me like 10 minutes. But anyway, we're going to get into some nails. I'm just going to do this really beautiful French sheer pink from Model 1s. Everything I'm using will be linked down below in the description box per usual. We're going to do some super fun nail art coming up in a little bit. These little wee bitty chrome hearts, they're so adorable and so easy to do. If that is why you are here, if you saw the thumbnail, if you saw a post somewhere and you want to just see the nail art, I will leave timestamps down below, so feel free to fast forward to the nail art portion of the video, but this is going to be a little bit of a chatty story time type thing. I had some people in my last video, the video I did on the nail art with the hole punchers and stuff, super cool. If you missed it, check it out. It's in the eye up above. But I had some people ask me to tell the story about how I accidentally fell into dip powder. So we're going to do that today. It's a long one. Grab a snack, grab a drink, get cozy, and I will tell y'all a tale. I will preface the story by saying I went to college right out of high school, when I was 18. One semester in, I decided it wasn't for me, and that was mostly because I took a lot of AP classes in high school. I took AP Calc, AP Stat, AP Spanish, and then when I went into college, my counselor decided it was a good idea to put me into third year trig. I took one class with this professor that barely spoke any English, and I don't do trigonometry. It's like I don't do math. I don't know why I was in all these AP classes. Now I cannot do math, but at the time, I guess it was a thing. So I took one class with this professor and I was like, I'm out. Eventually dropped the rest of my classes and dropped out of college when I was 18. One semester, that's all I got through. So that is the preface to the story. You will need to know that for context. Let's move fast forward now to, 2017. 2017, I decided I wanted to go back to school. I decided I was going to go back to college. I'm going to IRSC with a major in behavioral science. All good. I was super excited about it. As you might know about college, the associate's program is super boring. You have to take all your core classes, but after that, you can move into your bachelor's program, and that's what I was most excited for. And I was doing great. I was loving it. I was married at the time. My kiddos were home. Well, they're home anyway, but you know what I mean. And then in 2018, I lost my financial aid because I had dropped out of college when I was 18. And because I didn't complete my program at the time, they held it against me, I suppose, 30 years later, 20 years later, whatever it was. And I lost my financial aid, so I had to pay for college out of pocket. There was no way I was dropping out again because I had done that once already and I was really committed and ready to go this time. So I was like, all right, we're going to scrape and get by. I'm going to quit doing all the things that I always do so I can pay for school. And one of the things that had to go was getting my nails done, which made me so sad because I had been getting my nails done. I had been getting acrylics since I was 15. I had never had bare naked nails. No matter what situation I was in, I found a way. I found a way to get my nails done. But this was different. Like, college is not cheap. It's just not. I was paying out of pocket, as I mentioned. So the nails had to go. And that lasted all of 2 weeks. And I was going crazy with naked nails. I didn't know what to do. So I started polishing my nails. And as you guys probably know, I am terrible at polishing my own nails. So that was a no-go. Then I tried acrylic, like a Kiss acrylic kit. And that was also a no-go, mostly because I am slow moving. I take a lot of time when I'm doing my nails, as y'all can clearly see. But also the monomer smell really bothered me and it stunk up my whole apartment. I was in an apartment at the time. So couldn't do the acrylic. So I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? And then I was scrolling through Facebook, I think, and I came across an ad for dip powder. And I'm like, what the hell is dip powder? So I started Googling. I did a whole bunch of research. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go and grab me some dip powder. Went up to Ulta and I grabbed a red carpet dip powder nail kit. And I'm like, I got this. I've been watching my nail girl do my nails for like 20 years. I got this. So I grabbed the kit, bring it home, unpack everything. I'm literally sitting on my bedroom floor with this nail kit. And I started doing these dip nails. And do not misunderstand. The first few goes at this were atrocious. Absolutely terrible. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But the more I started doing it and getting a hang of the products and figuring out how everything worked together, I started getting the hang of it. And then I found a couple of Facebook groups that were dedicated to like dip powder. I'm like, there's a whole community? Like, I had no idea. Mind you, I've never been really active on social media. I don't use Instagram or Facebook or anything else for that matter for personal use. I mean, I have accounts, but I don't use them. Everything I use now is strictly for business. But I found the communities on Facebook. And I think the first one that I got into was Kira Sky. Then I got into Revel. And I'm like, all these girls are posting these beautiful pictures. And I'm like, finally getting enough courage to post a photo. So I think I did a cheetah print nail design. And I posted it up on one of the Facebook groups. And I got a bunch of comments on it. And somebody had commented, like, can you do a video on how you did that? And I'm like, okay. I've never videotaped anything in my life aside from, videotaping my kids or whatever when they're doing weird things. So I'm like, I will figure that out. No problem. So I went and grabbed my husband at the time, his GoPro, and I got his GoPro and I got a plate and a few cans of SpaghettiOs, like a makeshift nail station. I filmed doing these cheetah print nails. And I tried posting it in the Facebook group, but they wouldn't allow me to, which I get. It's fine. I'm not trying to, sell anything or buy any, whatever, but it's okay. I realize I can't post it in the group, and that's cool. So I'm like, where am I going to post this video that somebody asked me for? And then I figured I would post it on YouTube. So I put the video on YouTube, and to my surprise, people watched it and asked for more videos. So I posted another video on something else and people watched that one too. And I'm over here going, what? You guys want to watch me do this? And eventually I kept doing it. And 5 years later, here we are. But that's not all I want to talk about, because what you guys don't know, and I haven't spoke publicly about this since, but you guys saved me in a big way, because we'll go backtrack to 2018, right? And I started doing my own nails. 2019 is when I first started posting on YouTube. And in 2019, that's when I got married. I got married in January. It was New Year's Eve of 2019 when I married my husband. And 6 weeks later, just before Valentine's Day, I found out that my brand new husband had cheated on me. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I was heartbroken. I didn't know where to go with any of this. I had just started this YouTube business. I was still in college, getting my degree. All my kiddos were, doing their thing. So someone smart once told me, when you don't know what to do nothing, because I don't want to make the wrong move. So inevitably, we went to counseling. We did the things and the stuff. We stayed together for, I think, another year after that. But for me, I just fell into this deep depression, and, it really took a toll on my self-esteem. But you guys, the YouTube community, the Facebook community, Instagram, my weirdo tribe, y'all are really what kept me going the entire time I was dealing with that. Do I think that had something to do with my anxiety that I have now? It's possible. I don't know. I can't speculate, but there was a good 2 years where I was just in a super dark place. And I know that you're probably going to be commenting down below that you would never have known and this and that. And I know, because I'm really good at hiding it. I keep all my stuff buried down deep so no one else has to deal with it, because as most of us millennials probably feel, we never want to be a burden to anyone. Am I right? You know I'm right. But so I went through all of that, and then COVID happened. After my divorce, of course, that was in 2020 when COVID started. So then COVID happened, and then my YouTube channel kind of blew up a little bit, and I graduated in 2021 with my bachelor's in behavioral science, and I have never used my degree because now I have a full-time career on YouTube that I am so incredibly thankful for. I never in a million years, thought that this is what I'd be doing with my life, especially after going back to school when I was 35 and graduating, finally getting a degree, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to work in behavioral health. I really wanted to get my master's in criminology or criminal psychology. That's what I really wanted to do. And I probably still will. Eventually, I'll go back and get my master's and maybe get licensed. I have plenty of time to do it. I'm only 41. I know that sounds old maybe to some of you, but it's not. Okay, it's not. I have plenty of time to still do what I want to do. But in the meantime, I've really been enjoying doing my nails, doing YouTube, getting interactive with my following. It's something that brings me so much joy. And I've had so many of you reach out to me and thank me for being there for you or helping to support you in some way. And all I think about every single time I see one of you send me a message or comment on something saying something like that, all I can think is, no, you're the one that saved me. I honestly don't know where I'd be or what mental and emotional or physical, for that matter, state I would be in if I didn't have this and y'all. And I will forever, ever, and always be grateful to you guys, to the Manny fam, to the Facebook community, YouTube community, Instagram community, everybody, because y'all really got me through that dark time. And it's something I will never forget. It's something I will take with me for as long as I live. And I just want to say thank you, because y'all did that. You don't know it. Well, now you do, but you didn't. But I wanted to tell you, I wanted to finally come forward and really tell the full story of everything that happened in that short period of time. It was like a 4 or 5 year period of time where all this stuff just back to back to back happened. And it was rough. It was hard. It was a hard go, especially because I never want to let anybody down. That's one of my biggest fears in life, is failure or / disappointing somebody. So I didn't want to disappoint myself. I wanted to make sure I did good in school, and I did. I graduated magna cum laude, whatever it is you want to call it. I have the degree. I did divorce my husband, and I don't consider that a failure. I consider that a win, because that was inevitably me choosing myself. And I feel like I had to, and I realize that that's not for everybody. And I fully support whatever y'all do in your relationships that works for you. But for me, I needed to choose myself and keep my standards to a certain point for my own mental health, because it dragged me down so badly. I'm good now. I feel better today than I have in years. I feel like a different person, and I will touch more on some other stuff that I have learned. I don't want to speak on it yet because it's only been a short period of time since I made some kind of revelation in my head and started trying new things. So once I have a couple of months of doing what I'm doing and it's still working, I will report back and let you know exactly what I'm talking about. I know it's confusing because I'm talking in circles about something you don't know about, but I promise I will report back. It has to do with my anxiety. If you didn't see that video, I do have panic disorder and generalized anxiety disorder, GAD. I was diagnosed about 1.5 years ago, and I did a whole Lexapro journey, which was grueling and terrible. But I've been on Lexapro now for 1.5 years, and I finally started getting better. But now, this is insane, y'all. The last week has been absolutely mind-blowing for me, and I will tell you about it. I promise. Give me like a month. And can you hear my cat? Hira. She's sitting next to me, just bathing herself, but her licks are so loud. Why are cats' licks so loud? Okay, anyways, so that's pretty much how I fell into dip powder and how I fell onto YouTube. None of this stuff happened because I planned on it. And that is just a testament to the way the universe works. It blows my mind every single day. My bestie, Chelsea, Sip and Dip, y'all know her and love her. Her and I talk about this all the time, constantly, almost on a daily basis, how the universe works in the craziest ways. And this has been my mantra for a hot minute. Things always work out for me. And I know they will, because they will. That's what I have to think and repeat to myself. And so far, it is working. So if that is a mantra you feel like you need, feel free to take it. Take it, use it, repeat it every single day. Things will always work out for me. Things are always working out for me. And they will. It's just a matter of perspective. That is what I have found for me. What helped me a lot was really changing my own perspective. And even if something seems so completely negative, there's always a positive side to it. It's just a matter of seeing it or finding it and realizing that it's happening for a good reason. And I know sometimes that's really difficult to see. It was for me when I was in my darkest time, but I'm telling you, it's there. I have yapped and yapped and yapped and yapped. I finished my nails. I activated. I'm going to let them set. I'm going to file and buff off camera, and we're going to do the super fun nail art. Okay, so here's the side by side so you can see the difference between the dip nails and my regular nails. My regular nails. They're just nails. But I went ahead and filed and buffed off camera. Everything is beautiful and smooth and pretty and not super thick. As you can see, I have a nice apex, but that's my own nails. I didn't build an apex. You can if you need to. I'll leave that video up in the eye, but we're going to get started on nail art. Now, to do this chrome heart nail art, you need a matte surface. It has to be matte, otherwise the chrome will stick to literally everything. We're only going to chrome the hearts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse off my nails really well. You can get up and wash your hands if that's what you prefer, but as you guys know, if I get up to wash my hands, I'm going to do dishes, and then my nails will never get done. So once I have everything cleaned off and I have no dust or debris on the nails, we're going to start building the canvas for our nail art. And the first step to that is going to be gel base coat. I'm going to put gel base coat down on all of the nails. I'm going to cure for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to go in with my matte gel top coat, and we're going to cure this for 60 seconds. Here's what the nails look like straight out of the lamp. They are beautifully matte, but just on the off chance I missed a spot with my matte gel top coat, I'm going to cleanse off my nails really, really well because I don't want the chrome to stick anywhere it's not supposed to. We only want the chrome on the hearts, right? Not on the entire nail. So I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. And it's nail art time. So here is what we are going to be using, what I'm going to be using. You can use whatever you want. You know, if you have a preferred type of gel polish, I'm using the black from Model 1s, or if you have preferred tools, you can totally use whatever you're comfy with. I'm going to use a dotting tool, a nail art brush, and my gel resin palette. These are the chrome powders I'm going to be using. These are from a huge chrome kit, which I have used so many times over and over and over again. I've had this chrome kit for years and I have never needed to buy more chrome. 10 out of 10 recommend. I love it. I'm going to glove up my right hand because I don't want to touch tacky gel polish because it essentially uncured gel on top. That's what the tacky layer is. So I don't want to touch that. I'm going to protect myself using a glove. If you want to use a nail polish applicator, not nail polish, one of those eyeshadow applicators to rub on your chrome, you totally can. I'm just going to use my gloved finger. I find it easier. So the first thing I'm going to do is make 2 little dots super close to each other, but not touching. if they touch, it's not the end of the world. It's just a matter of preference on how you like your hearts to look. Once I have the dots where I want them, I'm going to grab my liner brush with a little bitty bit of that gel polish, not enough to make a dip difference, just enough to dampen the bristles. And I'm going to drag those dots into a heart shape and fill it in. Now, what you're about to see is reason number 574 million as to why I love gel polish so much. I am a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to certain things, especially on my nails. And as cute as this little heart is, of course, I have to mess with it, and then I don't like it anymore. So you can just remove this wet gel polish. As long as it is still wet, you can take it off with no problem. I'm going to use a paper towel and some of that rubbing alcohol that I keep using. And I'm just going to rub it off. And it doesn't stain. It's totally fine. It's not going to ruin your matte top coat, or it shouldn't at least. And now I can go back in and do the heart, hopefully the way I like it, and we're going to get it right this time. Spoiler alert. And that was the only heart on the entire hand that I had to redo. Sometimes you need to just mess the first one up so you can figure out your groove, and that is totally okay. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and get my heart done, filled in. And at this point, you have two options. You can flash cure the heart if you want to do more, or you can do all the hearts all at once, as many as you want, and then move on to the next step. I'm going to show you both ways. So I'm going to finish this and give it a quick flash cure. Then I'm going to do the rest of the hearts on the fingernail, and then we're going to get into the chrome. So that's been cured for 30 seconds, and now we're going to chrome. And we're going to do this the same way you would as if you were doing chrome nails over a gel top coat. We're just going to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to take the smallest little amount of chrome and just start dabbing it on one of those hearts, and then I'll massage it in a little bit. Now, if you want to do all the hearts the same color, you don't have to be super precise, but I'm doing 3 different colors, so I wanted to make sure that the certain hearts that were a certain color were only a certain color. But if you want to make this easy on yourself, you only do one color and you can put it over the entire nail. But again, I'm a little extra, so I'm going to get into the second color. I'm going to take, again, a teeny tiny little amount of that chrome on just the tip of my gloved finger, tap off any excess, dab it onto that black heart that I want that certain color, and then I'll massage it in a little bit. So I'm going to get all of those hearts chromed, and then I'm just going to dust out the excess and wait till you see how cute it looks. So check out these little hearts. Aren't they darling and adorable? And there's no chrome on the matte nail. That's why I love using a matte top coat. I find key though, wipe them down with alcohol just in case you missed a spot. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to go ahead and get all of the hearts on all of the nails. And if you want to just chill out and watch me chrome all of it, feel free to hang out and watch me chrome all of it in silence. And I'm going to come back with the finished look after I top coat. So I went ahead with a glossy top coat over everything, and here's the finished look. This is so freaking cute. I can't stand it. You guys will have to let me know what you think down below. If you like this video, if you like me chatting, if you like the nail art, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. Thank you so much for spending some of your day with me today. I hope the rest of your day is as beautiful as you are, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.